Lots of popcorn and poppin', gamers. Welcome to Gamers Go to the Movies, the only podcast where we review every single Hollywood-released video game movie adaptation. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and with me is Bob.
I don't like sand.
Dr. Aggro.
Oh my god, it's Alfred Molina.
And Chris Wolfart.
Pharaoh's Fire, download now.
This time we watched the 2010 Prince of Persia film, a film so strong, me and two other people watched this in theaters and couldn't tell you a thing about it for the last 15 years.
Yeah, I watched it last night and struggled to do that.
For people who don't know, this is the Prince of Persia movie they made, called Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, that stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Ben Kingsley, and Alfred Molina.
This movie has fucking Richard Doyle in it as a major character who is supposed to not be white.
It is an exciting film. I believe I described it as homeopathic The Mummy.
Yeah, that's a real good way to put it.
Weirdly enough, music by Harry Gregson Williams, very famous composer, and production company Jerry Bruckheimer Films. So the Pirates of the Caribbean people. Because it's Walt Disney and Jerry Bruckheimer.
They sure could make sets.
They sure could make sense.
Now, filming them, that's another story.
Also, self-correction, I meant Richard Coyle, not Doyle. That's a different actor.
Oh, okay.
But they got, he's one of the brothers of, like, the sons of the Pharaoh, not the Pharaoh, the Sultan, or King, or whatever the fuck.
They open the movie like, the Persian Empire, ruled by a king?
Uh-huh.
But this motherfucker was Dumbledore in Fantastic Beasts, and they have him trying to fucking sell him being Persian.
I feel like this movie's opening saying that is a really good preparation for the entire film.
I mean, like the opening being a shot of desert with papyrus titles coming in is really the tone setter for this movie.
I was also screaming, like, you can't just use papyrus. It looks terrible.
It's like, bro, this is 2010. What are you doing? It's staggering for this to have come out during the Obama administration.
Aggro. I don't need you to summarize the whole plot of this film, but I do need you to summarize the scene in the market where the Prince of Persia becomes the Prince of Persia. Because to this day, I'm like, something happened there, and then the King of Persia said, hey, I like you. You're now the Prince of Persia.
Well, yeah, so they're like, look, the Persian Empire was very ethnically diverse. So sure, there was a white kid in the middle of this random ass town who witnessed that scene from Aladdin where the guy on the horse knocks Aladdin over and then starts berating him. So he initiates an Assassin's Creed chase sequence.
He does.
And the king is like, damn, this kid's got hops. Ben Kingsley, please destabilize the entire empire by adding him to the royal family with no one's consent or consult.
Yep. Now, I need you to know, it is the dumbest version of what was just said. It's not fantastically self-aware. It is... one might describe this movie as not really sure what it's doing. A little bit of a mess, not only largely and overall, but also in the editing room. An absolute shit fit of sequences plays out in this. We're literally taking 3-tier with some of the cuts. I think we counted at one point there were 9 cuts in 2 seconds, maybe 3.
Yeah, no, they lose their mind in that editing room. Like, it feels like Quantum of Solace. Weirdly.
It does, which is weirdly fitting because isn't that around the same time?
It's like 2 years removed, has this one of the same main actress, weirdly.
Oh, yeah, you were saying the love interest slash queen or
princess
whatever
she is
of her own holy city.
Mm-hmm.
was from Quantum of Solace, which is amazing. You remembered a thing in Quantum of Solace.
I didn't. I had to look that up.
That's impressive.
Oh.
That just came up in my I know I've seen her before.
And then you just looked through her career.
Uh-huh.
I think we maybe need to add a new question to our segments at the end.
Okay, I'm open to this. What is it?
We have Is It Worse Than Tekken?
Uh-huh.
We need to add Is It More Racist Than Prince of Persia? Because there is only one actor in this movie who is even plausibly not a white person. And they're the villain. They somehow managed to do that in a movie called The Prince of Persia about the intrigue of the Persian royal family.
Look, I don't feel like we'll need to compare this to other films. I think it's just going to win by default.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure there's going to be something that can compare to this. Assassin's Creed's right over there, Bob.
I don't want to systemically have to bring up racism and judging these movies every single episode at a specific point in time. Mm-hmm. I would rather it organically happen.
Okay, that's fair. But no, we could, just because of this movie.
It is a shame because Ben Kingsley is turning it in. This is one of those movies where you can tell that there's one actor in it who's just operating on a higher plane than everybody else.
Yes, and here's the thing. I honestly believe Alfred Molina's performance is great, and you can easily see it slotting into a Pirates of the Caribbean movie and just working and perfectly fitting there. The problem for Ben Kingsley and Alfred Molina is the rest of the movie they should be in is not there.
Yeah.
The movie with the proper plot structure support bones to carry this beast through its runtime, not there. Speaking of which, I guess we should talk about the plot. Okay, so we discussed the opening scene. Immediately after that, we find the Prince of Persia is doing street fights for fun, right as they're about to invade a holy city, because according to Ben Kingsley, the king of Persia's brother, the brother of Persia, that holy city has been selling weapons to enemies of them. So,
Jesus.
The Prince of Persia wisely just goes, "Are we sure? Maybe we should check." And then Ben Kingsley goes, "Shut the fuck up." And that works. So they invade the holy city.
Mm-hmm. And then they spend the rest of the movie looking for weapons of mass destruction.
They literally,
it's just that plot.
It is. That's the thing. I was building up to it. They invade the holy city, and guess what? They do not find weapons of mass destruction.
Weird.
They, however, do find a holy artifact that does a thing where it turns back time, but they don't realize that until later in the movie. And then the whole movie is just running a giant circle.
Yeah.
I just want to dwell on this whether or not to attack the holy city plot for a second, because the impetus to do so is that they're manufacturing weapons of the highest quality to sell to the other enemies that they're fighting. Now, later in the movie, it's asserted that this city has no weapon makers.
Yes.
Which, you know what? I will accept that at face value. Sure, they lack the capability to produce weapons, which you'd think would be something that's just known about the holy city, whether or not it has the capacity to produce enough weapons to supply an entire army. Is the implication that if they take the city, is Ben Kingsley's supposition that if we take the holy city, the other nation we're going to fight will just not have swords?
Well, they'll have swords, but they won't be the really good ones.
Oh, they won't be of the finest made.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
And then, was it Toos? Is like, I mean, this is the holy city that Dad told me not to attack, but I am kind of a giant wuss, so Ben Kingsley told me to do it, so I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They so ridiculously overcomplicated the plot of Prince of Persia. I'm genuinely stunned. And to no end, like it wasn't so they could do something.
No,
everything in this script is perfunctory and weird.
It frames Jake Gyllenhaal, a Prince of Persia, is kind of a bad guy. like really well. Like it's really dumb that they did that.
I mean, that's how the game is.
I guess.
Like, the whole point is that he's a stupid asshole for the entire game.
For me, this film feels like, as I said, homeopathic The Mummy.
Oh God, The Mummy is so much better than this.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is sauceless Scorpion King.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
In fact, I intend, once we are done today, I intend to watch The Scorpion King to be like, it's better, right?
It is. The thing is, weirdly enough, though, while being homeopathic, The Mummy, just this horrible generational degradation down to the most watered-down version of a thing, it also, weirdly enough, is like a horrible version of the first Pirates of the Caribbean script. Like, the plot progress of that film worsened immensely and turned into this. It's like, well, it turns out we were there, so we have to go back. Yeah. It's like...
I also can't believe they got that Pirates production company, and we have a game about fighting sand monsters, and there are no sand monsters in this movie.
That is fucking baffling. I have no idea why there is no sand monsters in this game. I mean, in this movie. Why? What? Not even at the end?
Yeah, it's like, well, we're gonna get him now, right? No.
Like, not even the villain?
No.
Why'd you make this movie? Fucking good question. It's worth noting when they okay, so they attack the holy city. Then he goes back to his main city to talk about, hey Dad, they didn't have weapons. I don't know why we did that. Anyways, Ben Kingsley told me to give you this robe, and then his father puts on the robe, talks for a good bit, and then goes, holy shit, I'm burning, and dies. After about 8 minutes of wearing this robe.
Yeah, I feel like they needed to have some scene explaining exactly what this robe poison was. Like how it works.
Like the poisoned robe thing is a classical mythology trope thing. Like it happens a few times in Greek mythology.
Oh, I believe that. I'm not familiar with those tales, and they should respect me as a viewer to be like, hey, let's give any explanation for this.
So they framed the prince for said robe, and now they're going to kill him. So he flees with the lady that they took from the holy city. And the entire rest of the movie is easily describable as them bumbling around in the fucking desert. And then they get back to the holy city at the end of the movie. And underground in the holy city is the giant hourglass full of the sands of time. And they go, if you shove that ceremonial dagger that with its magical powers into this and hit the button, it will destroy the fabric of time. And the best part is when they go, oh my God, that means my father's brother is going to turn back time to this hyper-specific story he would not stop fucking telling me about how he saved my father from being eaten by a panther or some other large creature. And she's like, wow, really? And he goes, yes. And that's
the dagger of time being a click pin drove me insane.
that drove
why?
Yeah, let's have the feature that rewinds time and uses this highly valuable resource be the easiest thing in the world to accidentally use. A dagger's a stabbing weapon.
I feel like that's something that could well have been directly from the game, like designs for that knife. So it didn't really bother me.
It's also an object that could end the world.
Yeah.
And they kept it directly above the other thing it needed to end the world.
Mm-hmm.
When they also had another option, which admittedly would kill the person who did it, but your other option was keep the object that could potentially end the world out in the open.
Yeah, they kind of glazed over exactly what she was going to do that would kill her and destroy the knife.
She would put it back in the rock.
Okay.
It's not a very well thought out mythology.
Yeah, I was like, was that really it?
Nothing in this movie is very well thought out.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing. Oh, and in the middle of the bumbling around, they run into Alfred Molina, who is some sort of role in a funny thief-like tribe.
Yeah, he's like a thief-like character. He's the best part of this movie. If only there was a movie for him to be in.
Unfortunately, the script's inhibitor chip was broken.
Yes. So he ran ostrich races?
Yeah, he did. He did ostrich races out in the middle of the desert and also traded in other things. So you get black market vibes from him. He just sort of is attached to the film now, and he goes along with the plot of the film. And yeah, this is terrible. Anyone else have anything else to say? I'm basically done.
I liked Alfred Molina's friend, who was the knife thrower guy. Like, he started telling his story a few times. That was a cool setup for him, and then they kind of just kill him off in a lame way after all that.
He has a life debt because this movie establishes that black people are Wookiees. That's why he works for Alfred Molina.
I mean, that's true.
IWD dies in an epic confrontation with the Hassanson.
Yeah, he does.
Whose leader is literally an Icelandic man. Continuing the theme of nobody in this movie but being even plausibly not white.
This fucking movie. Yeah, I will say the Hassanson, as dumb as that whole thing was, the guy with two whips, where like one of them was a claw that he used as a grappling hook and the other was like a separated knife thing on the end. That was actually like, I was watching the film thinking, holy shit, the guy with two whips is the cool one? That's never happened before.
Yeah. No, that was a neat idea. Unfortunately, like everything else in this movie, every fight scene is cut terribly and has a million cuts in it.
Also, even like the individual fight sequences aside, the way these moments flow into each other, I need you to imagine it's almost like a cut scene for a video game and then the level boots. Because we have a dialogue between Alfred Molina and said, second-hand command guy. And they have this talk. And then it shows him opening a door. And then we begin the cutscene where they fight. It's so strange. It's so disjointed, every part of this. And the scene ends with him throwing the knife out the window. And then you get the most egregiously, hideously, overly self-indulgent shot of the knife flying out the window and landing right next to our main cast, who are just fucking around next to the window several stories down. So many parts of how different action sequences flow into each other is so upsettingly disjointed. I'm like, what happened? At what level was this film? How many times, and I swear this is what causes it, how many times did they go, we'll get it in post? We have the power of CG. We could just cut to the desert and show our characters walking.
No, film another shot of the Hassanson riding at the camera and we'll make him look like the fucking Nazgul.
Here's something insane. The cinematographer of this movie is John Seal.
Oh.
He was the cinematographer on Fury Road.
Huh.
And the movie looks like this.
I'm telling you.
How?
Something was not right here. Something did not go right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this also feels like one of those movies that, like, inexplicably had way too huge a budget for what it was. Like, the budget is estimated to be between 150 and 200 million. I'm like, how?
I mean, there's a lot of really nice looking sets and expensive CG. I can see how they could spend that much money.
And I can see...
They just didn't use it well.
And I can see how this is the director of Goblet of Fire. It certainly feels identically put together in the most disjointed, awful way.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's... Man.
Uh-huh.
Why'd they let him direct anything after that?
Yeah, I'm looking at his directing credits and he hasn't fucking done anything that would give you confidence in giving him something huge.
But yeah, according to Wikipedia, this is the highest grossing video game adaptation until Warcraft.
Yeah, I remember at the time, people were like, finally, a video game movie is like actually decent.
Then no one ever thought about it ever again.
Yeah, no, before we went to watch this, there were numerous conversations of, we all saw that. What the hell happens in that movie? I don't even remember who Alfred Molina was in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which, he's not on the movie poster, unlike Ben Kingsley.
Oh my God. Some of the scenes are just like, what happened? So super late in the movie, when the Prince of Persia, our main character, reveals the truth to the now King of Persia, his brother, and they have everything works out, and he's like, okay, I believe you, brother. Somehow Ben Kingsley shows up, flash steps across the room, and kills him with a single sword swipe. And I'm like, he was now across the room. You were yelling not to get killed by him. How did this happen?
No, brother. He wouldn't have wanted me to use any more of the sand to save him.
I assume the sand was out at that point because his dagger runs out of sand after one use.
Hey, it's like 3 usually.
Maybe 2, I'll give you, but not 3. Never 3.
I swear the campfire scene, he does it 3 times.
Okay, maybe the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says it holds a minute.
She certainly said that.
Yup.
It's really fun that this movie has, a mythology to play with, mechanics to play with from the games and other things. It seems to do the least compelling thing with all of it possible.
Right, like we see the dagger work maybe 3 times or 3 separate scenes of this whole movie or something.
Something like that. I feel like there's maybe one more.
Right, but that's ludicrous, and that's the only magical thing in the movie.
Also, it's really funny how much the Assassin's Creed style platforming really is there instead of the Prince of Persia platforming. Like, we don't see our man hold on to a giant, what is the term, like a curtain or something as he wall runs across a thing.
Yeah,
we see him mostly do the pole jumping.
And like the standing on the wooden outcropping while doing the 360 camera swing, you can almost hear the falcon call.
Yeah, like there's no big impressive like castle or anything that he's doing this shit in. It's just the whole movie feels like it takes place in the same locations over and over.
And to some
like
extent,
I wasn't able to clearly delineate. Yeah, it does. This whole movie is one color tone.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a huge problem. You bring a good point up about like they don't have any massive castle for these cool sequences.
There's no grandeur in this movie.
And like if they had gone with something like the original Prince of Persia, if they did a plot closer to that, which one could be like, well, that's a very generic plot, and I'm like, did you see this movie? Like, I think you're probably safer with that. You could probably do something better with that. You could, in fact, have him platforming through the castle.
Weirdly, the Holy City Castle looks really nice. It's a very fancy castle.
Yeah.
We don't really do anything with it. We go under it.
Yeah, it's amazing how many different parts of this they go, what would be the most interesting thing we could do here? I don't know, have them turn 3 quarters to the right and now they're on a Star Wars prequel set, like the worst one you've ever seen. Desert themed Star Wars prequel cutscene begins. Yeah, it's wild. It's so weird because so many different elements of this would lead you to believe it wouldn't be this bad, except the director did Goblet of Fire. That's the number one hint you have that this is going to be a disjointed mess. I'm kind of tempted to watch his other films to see if they are so identically that, because I really think there is a strong similar energy between Goblet of Fire and how it's produced and this. But I'm worried that I'm just going to have the strongest beef for a director no one's heard of. That's just a waste of human life right there. Anyways, did anyone else have anything else to say before we get to our metrics and segments?
This is a very minor thing, but at the end of the movie, he rewinds time back to when immediately after they had conquered the Holy City, he exposes Ben Kingsley's evil plan in a way that doesn't really seem like it should work, but it does.
Yup.
In a way that doesn't work, though it does. In a conversation and dialogue that doesn't flow or feel good at all. It feels like two guys awkwardly trying to upstage each other at a wedding.
And they have a really short fight where he flips Ben Kingsley over the railing of a staircase and then parkours after him. And they do a slow motion ramp up wind effect as he lands. He didn't do anything impressive. He hopped down 5 feet. I could do this stunt.
Uh-huh.
and they slow it down and then ramp it up and have like a dust cloud as he lands near Ben Kingsley, and this somehow defeats him more.
Yeah, he's like posturing. They're peacocking, basically.
There's a lot of moments in this movie where Jake Gyllenhaal is running and he'll like jump and wall kick off something for no reason.
It should have looked cool, they told him, but then they didn't frame the camera to make it look cool.
Like parkour in movies was taking off at the time. So
It's
they
like,
did that.
do you think we need a choreographer for this movie that's entirely about movement? Nah.
Here's the thing, Bob, and I want to clarify. Parkour in movies had already taken off at the time. Reminder, Quantum of Solace came out 2 years before this. The Casino Royale is when parkour was taking off in movies. So it's like,
true.
You have no excuse. We are 4 years into this.
Right, you should know how to film
have
this.
a guy.
Yeah.
God, I always forget how long ago
Casino
those
Royale.
Bond movies started. Yeah, because it's like, well, it was they had 5 year run until him. Then it was 20.
Well, hey, at least it's not 20 because they still haven't made a Bond since the last one. And the last one's really like, no, really, this is the last one. When was that now? 3 years ago? Yeah, I think that was 3 years ago. I think I finally watched that. Man, that thing is just Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yep.
Or it's very Kojima. I think it's actually pulling from 5, weirdly enough.
I think there was a lot of 1 in there, honestly.
Yeah, man. Why did they? Anyway, we're not here to review Bond movies. That's another desperate podcast.
Jesus. So, as stupid as that last scene where he travels back in time is, and as worse as the one later where the princess just immediately is like, oh, this guy who just conquered my city, but says he's super sorry about it, is strangely attractive. I do want to give this movie credit for having a plot about time travel, but we have to stop the bad guy from time traveling because it will like literally physically destroy the world. And the problem gets solved. I mean, mostly solved. He still conquered the city. He couldn't time travel one day farther and actually do the thing that the character arc we pretended he has was about. But he actually solves the problem by time traveling and everything's fine. And we don't have this bizarre, out of nowhere, baseless moralist message about how all time travel is inherently evil because you have to accept your place in the universe.
There's that, and there's the even stupider version, which I'm also glad they dodged, which is time travel is evil past a certain arbitrary point. Before that point, it's fine.
It's true. We do dodge that at least. Finally, one thing we could be thankful for in The Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. I think it's time we get to our segments. So, first category. Do you give this a thumbs up, thumbs down, or thumbs sideways? We're going to start with Bob.
I'm giving this a thumbs down. It is like mind numbing. Things happen in this movie, allegedly. A lot of sequences are put in a row is a more accurate description of what happens.
Okay, Dr. Aggro.
I think I'm going to have to give it a thumbs sideways. Like, it's not good, but I have a very specific brain disorder where if there's a movie with stone architecture and people have swords, I'm having a good time. And also, like, Ben Kingsley and Alfred Molina are here kind of chewing the scenery. So, yeah, no, it's not like a good movie, but it's a movie I'd watch.
Chris.
Thumbs down, this fails the building furniture test. I would get up and change the channel.
I literally told Bob it would. I was like, I feel like this is going to fail Chris Wolfart's patented furniture test.
It almost fails the watching it muted in a doctor's office test, but not quite, which is a more dire test to fail.
I'm going to have to give this a thumbs down. I think this was put together like fucking garbage. I think the story is absolute fucking garbage. I think the individual sequences are oftentimes, if not all the time, edited like fucking garbage. There's really egregious speed ramping that looks terrible all throughout. And I should be thankful that at least there isn't a ton of egregiously bad CG people or monsters. because we mostly use CG for a generic wide shot of the desert.
Yeah, I would take CG bad monsters over what we got.
I agree. I understand. But at least I didn't have to deal with that somehow in the same movie as it currently exists.
Yeah.
Ugh. So now we move on to our next category. Is it worse than Tekken? I'm going to be bold. Yes, I think this is actually worse than Tekken. I think it's so fucking bland. I would rather watch Tekken. I think its story sucks so much. I'd rather watch Tekken. I think this is a stunning film to have this much money in it and not function for me in any way other than Ben Kingsley is trying and Alfred Molina is delightful. But the moment you step away from those points of warmth, it is just a void of enjoyment and charisma. For the other side of this coin, Dr. Agra?
Hard no, this is not worse than Tekken. There are multiple competent actors and well put together sets. The script, while perfunctory and not always like contiguous, at least makes a certain amount of generic sense. And the action, it happens and you don't have to go, wait, what just happened in that scene? And also, Christy Montoya isn't in it, so.
Bob.
Yeah, it's worse than Tekken. The entire movie is shot like a Tekken fight scene. It's maddening. I couldn't hold on to a single thing happening in this movie because I didn't know what it was. I wasn't sure what hallway they were even in half the time. So yeah, nothing can get over how bad this editing is. Nothing. There's no film you could put together and be like, yeah, that's how the movie is. And I could make it for a whole 2 hours like this is.
See, the amazing thing is I'm convinced Quantum of Solace is even worse about this exact thing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But I assume, and again, I haven't been brave enough to go back and watch it since. I assume it has something that lets it function on a little bit of a higher level than Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
I don't think
so. But maybe not. I remember we all left the theater on that one being like, oh, God, that was not Casino Royale. Chris, do you think this is worse than Tekken?
Yeah, I do. Because at least Tekken is really stupid and has a lot of really stupid things. But at least it feels like it has some sort of dumb ambition. This feels like it was made out of obligation because they got the rights 7 years before this came out.
Yeah, to some extent, you kind of get the energy of Tekken, and I'm about to just sound really mean, that a moron who has no idea what they're doing is in charge, but they're excited to do it. This is the opposite, where it's like a man has so many resources to make it, but it feels like they're doing so begrudgingly.
Yeah, there's nothing in this movie as delightful as God, who's the middle? Kazuya. As Kazuya being a crying cuck, as as Heihachi demeans him to his face. Like there's nothing that delightful in this film.
I mean, that's true. That's an insane sequence of him staring into the camera and being like, my dad yelled at me because I was getting laid too much and not paying enough attention to Tekken. That's wild shit. I honestly came into this assuming I was going to be the only person who said this was worse than Tekken, frankly.
I think you're all crazy, and history will prove me right.
History won't remember this movie. Its Wikipedia page is actively vanishing right now.
It's becoming a stub article.
Somebody hit the dagger of time on this film.
Next category, what is the star power? This is a scale 1 to 5. How much did the celebrities, the Hollywood talent, bring you into the theater to watch it? I'm going to go ahead and say this is a 4. Jake Gyllenhaal, powerful. Alfred Molina, powerful. Ben Kingsley, powerful. Didn't realize how much that wouldn't pay off. I do think this is a good cast, especially if I could remember the lady from Quantum of Solace or was horny for her. That someone was brought into the theater for that reason, I am positive.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't me. We're going to go to Chris next. Chris, where are you putting the star power?
Yeah, I think every single actor in this movie was in something big and popular around the time this came out. So I have to give it a 5.
Aggro?
I mean, yeah, this was a Jake Gyllenhaal vehicle. I didn't realize Alfred Molina was in it till this year. I remember there was a lot of discussion of like, this is a movie about a checks notes video game. Why is Ben Kingsley in this? So I think I'm gonna have to give it a 5 too.
Bob.
Yeah, like every major role is filled out by a known actor. Like it doesn't feel like they skimped anywhere here. So yeah, I'll give it a 5-star as well.
Yeah, it's kind of incredible because again, like you see Alfred Molina on the movie poster and you're like, oh shit. You don't see him himself. You see the text of his name on the movie poster and you're like, oh shit. That's Doc Ock. Mm-hmm. That actor is fantastic. I would love to see a movie with him in it. And then you see the movie and then you leave and you instantly forget where he was in it. Yeah, no, it's they did a good job of pulling out some powerful people for this. Oh, this is a weird one. Faithfulness to the original game on a scale of 1 to 100. I guess we haven't talked about which games we played. I played the original Sands of Time over 20 years ago, and I played the original Prince of Persia a decent bit growing up. Bob, what is your Prince of experience?
I played like a tiny bit of the original. I played the Sands of Time when it came out, and then I did the other ones in that franchise, including the one released right next to this movie, the Forgotten Sands, I think it is.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
So I'm fairly... I kind of remember the story of those games.
Okay. Chris, you also played the reboot, worth noting. But
yes.
You know, well, they could take things from that for this. They just didn't. Chris, what did you?
Yeah, I beat all the Sands of Time, all 4 Sands of Time games, like setting games. And the reboot, but they didn't take anything from that.
Oh, they sure didn't. Dr. Hagro?
I played the original Prince of Persia emulated in a browser once for like 20 minutes.
Ooh, the ideal experience. So I guess we got to rate the faithfulness based on these metrics, this corner of understanding we have over these. I'm going to go ahead and put the faithfulness at about a 65. It feels like there's so much more they could have pulled from the games. Mm-hmm. It feels like if they were more faithful to the games, it would have even made a better movie. I do believe they're missing out by not being more authentic to the original game, but they're also missing out by not really understanding the appeal and complexity of the Sands of Time trilogy. There's so much they could have pulled for this. Also, it keeps becoming Assassin's Creed with the parkour in a way that's really weird. Chris,
I'm gonna only give this a 25. Like it kind of has the characterization correct for the main character. It pretends to have parkour, but there's no sand monsters. There's it's not the same kind of parkour. The environments are all wrong. Like, it really feels like at some point they were like, well, Assassin's Creed is the popular thing now. We'll make it a stealth Assassin's Creed movie. I don't feel like there was a lot of Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time in this Sands of Time movie.
Mm-hmm.
Bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, it has, the knife looks right. The outfit's the one he wore in the newest game at the time. And some of the settings are similar. I guess I'll give it like a 35. Like it's not very Prince of Persia Sands of Time like, and that's what's on the box.
I mean, it's literally called Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Aggro?
So I've seen the covers of several Prince of Persia games.
Uh-huh.
And like he looks kind of like the guy from 2, a little less edgy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there were sand monsters in those games, but there were like the Hassanson kept seemingly moving in sand tornadoes, so that was kind of similar. There's a prince that they claim is in Persia. I will give it the benefit of the doubt out of 40.
Okay. Let's move on to, is this a suitable substitute for the game? I'm kind of disgusted by this question this time. I'm just going to say no and pass on to someone else. Bob, what do you think?
Well, it's not, but it would be really funny to watch this movie, then go into Warrior Within and be like, what is any of this? What are you talking about? Why is the Nemesis chasing me? And why is it blaring like new rock? I'm sorry, is it new metal? I'm not sure.
You're probably talking about new metal.
Yeah, it's new metal.
Why wasn't there new metal in this movie? That would have been way funnier than what we did end up on.
I don't know. So was that it?
That was an absolutely no.
Okay,
but it'd be really funny to do, though.
Just double checking on that. Chris, is this a suitable substitute for the game?
God, no. Has nothing compared to the game.
Aggro?
Speaking as someone who has watched this movie instead of playing the game, no. I saw them show off and explain a cool game mechanic and then never use it for anything interesting. I feel like I was robbed.
Oh, man.
You were.
And then the actual game has the really cool, like, thought of it's the prince retelling the story to the princess. So every time he dies, he's like, wait, that didn't happen. And they do a lot of fun narration things like that. And that would be such a better way to make a movie than what we ended up with.
Mm-hmm.
No, but narration is lazy for movie writing, and we're elevating the material.
Oh, that's why you started your movie was to text in papyrus? All right.
You know, hanging someone by the neck can also be considered elevating them.
Should they have adapted this back into a game? No. I do not believe we should just begin the cycle of fucking homeopathy with its own IP back and forth until nothing exists and it becomes a sitcom. I believe that would be genuinely terrible to turn the plot of this movie back into a game. And I was worried that game they released near this was that.
Because, it has the same outfit and everything. You think it might be that.
And I'm like, oh boy, that had nothing to hang a game off of. It's just the older game, but with a lot of bones and other things stripped out. Bob, what do you think?
Yeah, no, there's like not much to do here. It's like, wait, you made a Prince of Persia game without the sand monsters?
What am I fighting?
Well, you're not.
I guess not really. You're just running.
And you don't do the rewinding time. You can only do that like twice in the movie. Or sorry, in the game.
And to refill it, you have to pay money. Aggro?
I mean, I kind of want to fight the Hassanson, but yeah, no, it seems like if you made a game based on this movie, you would have the ability to rewind time with the knife, but like not enough. And yeah, you'd probably have to go to the cash shop to upgrade it. So no, not worth it.
Chris?
They kind of did. Because that one they made that came out involves his brother that is never mentioned in anything ever again.
Oh.
But no, they shouldn't.
Would this have made a good FMV game? We'll start with Dr. Aggro.
You know, I think it might have. I think if you filmed a bunch more of this and had like a branching narrative thing, because the script really boils down to a series of important choices, some of which are done over again by having a magic knife. So yeah, no, I think this would be a pretty neat, like 2 or 3 hour long choose your own adventure game.
Bob.
No, this thing is hardly coherent as a film. I don't want to have to try and hit button prompts to an action I can't see because it's in the middle of a cut.
Yeah, it's like hit the A button. You're like, I'm seeing 9 different camera angles right now. Please.
I'm playing Night Trap, I think.
God, there's no way it could be that good.
No.
I'm playing Night Trap and my controller's broken. It won't stop changing channels.
Yes.
Chris? Should it be adapted into an FMV game? Would this go well?
No, there isn't even a cool scene in it, so no. There'd be nothing.
I'm also gonna have to say no because in many scenes, an action happens that the characters aren't prepared for. So what are you hitting the button to do? Like, oh, I should have hit A to prevent that guy from flash stepping across the room and killing my brother.
I wish that Ben Kingsley actually had flash up in the rest of this movie.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
Ben Kingsley's ranged a lot farther than you think just to look at him.
He, you're gonna have to push C to put the robe on your father. I don't know. This is terrible. This is genuinely terrible. Just like our next segment is terrible for everyone who's a normal friend of ours. Is this movie normal person friendly? I'm gonna say yes. At no point watching it do you go, this asshole dragged me to a video game movie. At no point watching this do you go, what the hell is the genre of this film? I don't even understand. At no point watching this do you go, that man's outfit is ridiculous. I do not care if it's authentic to some other version of this thing. My friend is a moron. This movie is dangerously normal person friendly. It's damn near inert as a film. Chris, is this normal person friendly?
I'm going to say no. I feel like Dan is dipping a little bit into the noble savage view of normal people with his stance. But traditionally, I would not take someone to a movie that represents neural death. Like, maybe I take a person to this movie if I didn't want to ever didn't want to have contact with them anymore. It's like, God, I better not pick up the phone. He'll take me to see some dog shit like the Prince of Persia movie.
Bob?
Yeah, you're right in that there's nothing in here that would offend a normal person, like the offenses to their senses anyway, but there's also nothing for anybody. So no, I wouldn't take someone to this, no matter how normal they are.
Aggro?
I realized something over the course of recording this episode and looking at clips and images of this movie. Y'all, my grandma would love this movie. I really need to recommend it to her.
Okay, then, weirdly enough, as host, it is my duty to ask, Aggro, is your grandma a normal person?
Yes, statistically.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. She's the living ambassador of normal people. Yeah, see, and when I think about it that way, it's like, yeah, my parents wouldn't have a problem with this movie.
Yeah.
They'd watch it and be like, okay, that's like the movies we watched. Okay. It is the definition of normal person friendly to the point where it's deeply forgettable. Anyways, I'm glad we could talk about the Prince of Persia movie. I was really happy to revisit it. However, I was really staggered by how thin it was, to the point where we finished watching the film and immediately there were jokes that Bob would not remember anything about this movie 1 week later. Now, the trick is, will we remember things about this movie 1 month later? Ooh, our new quiz show. Ooh, that would actually be really good. Once a year on Gamers Go to the Movies, we have a quiz round where I prepare trivia about all the movies we watch.
That would be great.
That would be good. We'll see who gets the most points. Anyways, thank you for supporting the GigaBoots Podcast Network. Thank you for listening to this episode. Look forward to the next episode where, and I shit you not, I have had the next episode written down in the spreadsheet as Rampage 2018 for 4 episodes in a row now, and it's still not happening. Maybe next time's the time. The executive producers for this month's GigaBoots videos are Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, Cooper Tank, BN12, and Rado. Thank you very much to our executive producers, and also these guys. If you want to become an executive producer or a normal patron, head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.